I watch you, you watch me, we explore. This method of coaching for teachers has helped many teachers find solutions to their most pressing problems in the classroom. Today, we're going to be looking at the power of mentoring and coaching for teachers. Welcome to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. My name is AdoraI. Now, if this is your first time coming on here, I want to say welcome and welcome again. Welcome, I'm blowing confettis for you. Welcome to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. And if you are just stumbling on my video for the first time, why not click on that subscribe button right now? Ensure you subscribe and ensure that you click the bell button as well so that you know when I go live or when I post a new video. Ensure you do that right now. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say welcome again. It's been an amazing time with you. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the shares, thank you for the subscriptions. You all are amazing. I still have a long way to go with my subscriptions, but I hope that my videos have been helping you. I hope they've been amazing. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. So today we're going to continue in our series of teacher support. And what should we do next? You're right. Let's dive in. So we started the month of March looking at teacher support. That's what we're looking at throughout the month of March, teacher support. And we realized that many teachers are leaving. And one of the major reasons why they're leaving is because they're experiencing a brain drain. They do not get the support that they need, not just work-wise, but in every other area. They found out that their most pressing problems are not being addressed. They are stressed, they are tired. And what they want to just do now is just to hug their pillows and sleep. And so most teachers are finding out that once they just take that short break, they want to just stay out of the classroom for a longer period of time. And so we've been looking at ways we can support teachers to ensure that they are more effective on their jobs. And we have more teachers coming to the profession to stay because they have the support that they need. They have the resources that they need. All right. And so last week also, we looked at another part of teacher support. We looked at professional development for teachers. We found out that professional development is not just bringing them into a hall, getting a speaker, and then pouring out all the knowledge you think they need. It's way more than that. It's partnership, right? It's collaboration. It's ensuring that you see teachers as equal partners. They have their ideas. They know what they need. So why not just ensure that you give them what they need as much as possible. Now, today we are going to look at mentoring and coaching. I was excited when I mentioned this last week that we're going to look at mentoring and coaching, and it's a new path for me that I found out because I never had access to mentoring and coaching as a teacher, a first year teacher, and all of those things. Even during my teaching practice where I was meant to be mentored and coached, I did not have sufficient mentoring and coaching in the sense that my supervisor only came like once to ensure that, we're at our places of assignment to grade us and all of those things. Oh, well done. And we left. The HOD of my department was already so busy. She already had a lot on her hands. So, was she going to mentor again? What she did was just like, oh, you can handle this class, you can handle that class. Since you are a biology major, you will be good in teaching biology or science, anything science. And so that was her best way of teaching me, how to teach in that sense. She just threw me into the ocean and was like, try to survive. She was a nice woman. I really liked her. But it didn't really help to prepare for what was coming ahead, right? So we see that there is a great need for mentoring and coaching. And since I got here, I found out that even like first year teachers would be assigned mentors. Like as a first year teacher, you need to have a mentor who will help you in that first year. I never knew that because I didn't have it. And schools should have that as well. School districts here, they have that where they see that, oh, a teacher is struggling. They assign them to a mentor. They assign them to a coach even though these things are expensive, especially if you're coming from the private side, but if it has to do with maybe like a district sponsoring it or the government sponsoring, then hopefully it's less expensive. But teachers need to have access to mentors and coaches. Now, let me ask a question. Have you ever been mentored or coached as a teacher? It may not have been formal. It could have been informal, where you just had this role model or this mentor that you looked up to, and that mentor literally put you through your first year or your second year, or when you were experiencing some struggles. You picked up the phone and was like, "Ma, I need your help. I need you to take me through this process. Teach me how to go through this process successfully." And they poured out knowledge, took you through a process, and then you were able to apply all that they taught into your own practices. If you have had a mentor or coach, please let me know. It could be a professional coach that you actually paid, right? You paid them and was like, "Okay, this is what I'm facing, this is what I'm experiencing. Take me through. I need your help." Okay, so let me know in the comments if you've ever had a mentor or a coach before. I haven't. I've only had, I can't even say like a mentor, because now that I know the actual meaning of mentorship, it's quite different. But I think I'm getting into that place where I am identifying my mentor and then I am properly utilizing the relationship. I really hope so. But I've not really had a professional mentor, like a teacher that I would meet and say, "Oh, I'm experiencing this in my classroom. I need your help. I need to take me through this process." I don't think I've ever had that. I've just been honest. I don't think I've ever had that. Yes, I read books. I go for classes. I take trainings. I ensure that, I'm on top of my game. But just having that mentor and coach to just ask questions to glean from their own experiences, I don't think I've ever had that. So, but let's go into mentoring and coaching. How should mentoring or coaching look like? First of all, what is mentoring? What is coaching? For some people, they will say, "Oh, mentoring is when an older person or a more experienced person takes up a mentee, or someone who is just starting off in their journey, or who has lesser experience than they have, take them under their wing and then takes them through a process to get a desired result." Now, mentoring and the relationship between a mentor and a mentee is a partnership. Many times people always say, "I have a mentor," but they have no relationship with the mentor, and that's not mentorship. That's the truth. And not everyone you think is a mentor is not actually your mentor, because there's a process for mentoring as well. To be a mentor is not a joke. I found I actually had to take like tests, because I know people have come to me, "Can you mentor me?" And I'm like, "No, I can't mentor you. I don't think I'm ready to be a mentor," because I now know what it entails. Even before I even knew what it entailed, I was like, "No, I don't think I can mentor. What do I know?" I'm not ready yet. I don't think I have that experience to be able to say I'm mentoring you. I can direct you to someone who has way more experience than I have, but I don't think I'm old enough experience-wise to be able to mentor you. And so mentorship is just is having that person who is way older, and the person has that relationship with you where you pour out, where the person gives you the required knowledge that you need to gain a desired result that you're looking for. Now, sometimes your mentor is also looking for something. The relationship between a mentor and a mentee, the mentor is also looking for something. That's why they'll tell you can't be asking somebody to be your mentor when you don't have anything to offer. So there has to be something that you are offering, meaning that you're, for example, if you're a research student, that means you're helping your mentor maybe with the research work, and while that mentor is taking you through teacher professionalism, for example. So there is that relationship. But for some mentors, they actually do not want anything from you. They just have a lot and they just want to give, especially those that are very old and close to retiring, or maybe even already retired. Their own is just to help you grow and learn. Okay, so but for coaching, it's quite different. Coaching is very structured. I would say mentoring is less structured. Coaching is more structured, very intentional. There's a full process to it. There's a full framework. The coach has a framework that they work by, and they have applied to different people's lives. So I feel like for mentoring, it's very individualized, right? But for coaching, it's a framework. They have frameworks that have not just worked for one person, but a lot of people. They have models that they've applied and has worked for a lot of people. So a coach will come on board and see, and really they just have one conversation with you, and they already know what you're experiencing. They already know what the issue is. They can just observe you and they're like, okay, I know what it is. They are literally professionals. For mentors, they don't really have to, not all the time, sometimes they are actually professionals. Like, I'm not talking of in their field, like they actually get coached on how to mentor, right? So there's a framework for coaching. Is very structured. There is a pathway to follow. They know what they are doing so that you get the required results, right? There's a timeline too as well. Even though in mentorship there's a timeline, but for coaching is more, and it's also very long term, like 1 year, 2 years, and so I feel like that's the difference between mentoring and coaching. Mentoring is more personal, more individualized, more, this is what I need, this is what you need, okay, let's go. For a coach, the coach is not looking for anything from you. You've employed me, you've paid me for my work, this is how we are going to run it, and this is what you are going to do. Submit this by this time, do this by this time, and all that. So yeah, it's more structured. So for mentoring and coaching to be successful, for mentoring and coaching to be successful in a teacher's life, there has to be a process. For example, a teacher who is struggling with a certain problem, classroom management. Sometimes some teachers are not happy to share that they are experiencing that. And sometimes they don't want to look like they don't know what they are doing. And so they resist things like that, like mentoring or coaching. They resist it a lot. And so if a coach is just coming to say, oh, do this, do that, and you're just going to say, oh, okay, so I don't know what I'm doing right. So every teacher wants to be appreciated, and they don't want to feel like they don't know what they are doing. Okay. And so for coaching especially, so we're going to focus more on coaching because that's the one that is more structured, and that's the one that schools can bring into their practices a lot. Mentoring, yes, like bringing an older teacher, older school leader into the scenario, or the school, to help a particular teacher or group set of teachers that are just coming in. But for coaching especially, there is a way to flow. You don't just tell teachers, hey, everyone, you have a coach going to teach you on classroom management, take it or leave it. There should be a way you should go. The first thing you want to do as a coach, or whenever you're bringing a coach, or by chance you end up being a coach, or how teachers should be coached, is that you try to build emotional connections with them. You don't just come in and say, okay, do this, what problem is this? Have you even asked them how they are? How has it been for you? Build an emotional connection because you genuinely care, not because you're just there for the money or you're there for the job. You have to show that you care. Ask them about their students. Oh, how many students do you have in your class? How has it been? How has the journey been? Build that connection first. It's an emotional connection. Remember, it's a partnership. You are working together with that teacher to see them get their desired results and to ensure that the students also get the best. So you want to build an emotional connection with them. Ensure that whatever form of resistance or barrier that they have formed is destroyed before you even try to go in with your framework or your practices, right? Build an emotional connection. And in building an emotional connection, that teacher is going to calm down and say, okay, so this person genuinely actually cares about me, and I feel like this person can help me. And so you tell, after that, the next thing is to go into the model. You watch me, I watch you, we explore. Number one, you watch me. So for the you watch me model, remember the coach has built that emotional connection. And so the next thing is, okay, can you give me the opportunity to teach in your classroom for just one time? Let me teach in your classroom. Let me see how I can model what we've talked about. Because in building the emotional connection, the next thing is, okay, I have classroom management issues. What can I do? Okay, you can do this and that and that. And then the what the coach does is to then model what he says. Remember, I talked about professional development. It's not just about the theory part, it's how to apply. So what the coach is doing is then applying what, showing the teacher what he's trying to do. And the coach goes into the class and shows the teacher how it's done, model it to the teacher. Remember, it's a partnership. Model it to the teacher takes notes. Okay, after that they explore. Exploration doesn't just come at the end. They explore. Okay, what did you notice about my teaching? What do you think I did wrong? What do you think I did right? How do you think I was able to manage the classroom? Because trust me, the coach will be able to manage that classroom. What do you think I did? And then the teacher responds and they have conversations and they're like, okay, this is what I can do. Then the teacher goes in, does the same thing that the coach did. And they have a conversation again. Oh, what do you think I did better? What do you think I did not do? Da 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 da. And the teacher's like, wow, this is amazing. It worked. So that's, you watch me, you watch the coach, I watch you, the coach watches you. And then you explore together, you give feedback, you talk about all of the things that went down, the body language of students, what happened, the students that are usually the ones trying to disrupt the class. I was reading a particular article and the guy, first year teacher, was, he needed help. He had issues with classroom management, but he didn't know what was going on. So that's the job of coaches. I have classroom management issues. Doesn't mean I don't know I have classroom management issues, but sometimes I don't know why. And that was my problem. I didn't just know why I had those issues. Why were these students making noise? I knew that there were students who disrupted, but I didn't know what was really the core problem. And that's what a coach does. So for that particular guy, his coach told him that he was so bent on following the lesson plan through and through, whether the students were interested or not. He didn't know how to improvise to catch students' attention back. And so what the coach did was to bring in some models or a particular framework that he could use in terms of improvisation or having a plan B, in the sense that you are dumping your lesson plan, those things that you put in your lesson plan, and then you have a plan B that, if students begin to behave this way, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get an attention catcher. I'm going to train an attention catcher. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it worked for him, right? So that is the place of a coach. They help you know what your pressing problem is. They help you dig deep into those problems. They help you find out what is actually the issue. But first you have to let them model it. They will model those things to you. Say, okay, this is how it is done. Work together, provide feedback. Remember, it's a partnership. You reflect on it, then you practice it. Ensure you practice it. Apply it to real life situations, right? And see what the outcome looks like. Trust me, it's going to be very positive. Okay? So I hope today I have been able to help you with mentoring and coaching and the role it plays in ensuring that you get the best out of your teaching experience, get the best out of your students, get the best out of your practices. Having a coach, having a mentor is very, very important. And so if you need trainings, if you need to be a part of maybe a group or something, ensure you do that. It just guides you. It guides you. It helps you to stay on track. Sometimes you're in WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, you don't ask questions, you're just there. Ask questions. If you are facing issues, ask questions. The Fresh Look Africa community is there. Join there, ask questions. Okay? I will see you next week, Wednesday. But before that, ensure you click on the subscribe button. Ensure you do that right now. Also click on the bell button to know when I go live or when I post a new video. I love you all. Stay blessed.